Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again with another episode of our hardcore core keeper run. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Now, of course, if you're looking to ever play games with me, my servers are always open for anybody that wants to play. But for now, I'm going to be doing some core keeper hardcore solo still. Now, if you remember last time when we were playing this, we kind of just got started. We got to go down to hardcore YouTube, and I believe our name was Stevie1. There we go. Now, there was actually somebody who mentioned something, Steffi, in the comments on how we actually could delete an actual previous file. So I'm going to try that in the future just to make sure, maybe you guys can see how to do it, just because I feel like I have a lot of extra worlds that are left over. Okay, well, want to make sure one other thing clear. Okay, I got the music. I want to turn the music up just a wee bit. Okay, so as we left off last, we were just kind of getting started, to get ready for potentially venturing out further deeper into Core Keeper. Maybe getting past the slime biome. I really want to find where the slime boss is. I also want to get a bunch of tin. I've been smelting a lot of my stuff so far. I'm going to keep the tin on me. I'm also going to keep the copper on me. As I said before, there's no use otherwise doing so. Look at these crops already grown. Okay, so I said before, the whole reason why I wanted to keep this like this is because I want these to grow first, and then once they fully grow, which they are, then we will let them stay the way they are. So that way, not that one's not ready yet. That way the little roots will come out on each side, and then from there we'll be able to keep harvesting more and more wood. Now, of course, we're going to probably find way too much wood out there as it is. Honestly, growing wood isn't really necessary unless you're actually using a ton of it. And for me, I honestly don't really use that much wood because I find most of it just out in the wilderness. So it's not necessary for me to go crazy for it, but at the same time, I understand why people do. Okay, so I have a full set of armor. All my stats are all good to go. Let's quickly make another hoe. Should I till some more soil? Maybe I won't till any more soil right now. I'll just stick to what I have. Make sure that I keep my planting top notch, just because, we're going to definitely need some healing as time goes on. The heart berries are really my main concern right now, just maintaining most of my seed storage, because obviously seeds are really, really important, and you want to make sure that you actually have quite a lot of them going on. So this will just be the little start of my farm. Obviously, compared to our last world when we had our farm, this is a lot smaller. But even when you're playing solo, it's always nice to just kind of get yourself something started, and then of course you can just build on it later on. Of course, this is a starting watering can too, so I don't really like using the starting watering can because it takes so many trips back to get in that water. Okay, so here we go. Put this in here, get some more jelly, take this out of here, take this, put that in there. All right, we're gonna get our food with us. We got lots of food, so let's go out there and find some stuff. Now I'm gonna start strip mining. Okay, so I think that I gotta start getting into the routine of strip mining as much as I can, because I mentioned in the previous video how important it is to strip mine. That way you're not spending countless hours just going back and forth, looking for ore when you can barely find it. If you strip mine, whereas if you strip mine, you're able to see where the ore could be. Just by kind of keep going by the same routine. So you obviously, like I said before, you make one little line, and then you go 2 up. I think that's 1 up, sorry. You go 2 up. That way you're able to see still the ore on each side, because obviously if you go down here, you realize that there wasn't any special ore on this side. And then you continue down just doing that in each section. And when you look on your map, you're going to see little strip mining going on. It's just easier. Obviously, if you've never played Minecraft before, or if you did, you probably have your own variation of strip mining. But that's how I've always done it, and it actually really works well in Core Keeper too. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing it as much as I can. Okay, remember, I want to keep placing down torches. Now I can start tanking up a little bit more here, because the fact that I have my iron, or I have my copper armor now, so it's not a huge letdown. You can also hear, I think I can hear it jumping in. Is it jumping up there? I think I hear the boss jumping up here. I might be, yes, there it is. Okay, so we know exactly where the boss is. So let's go ahead and make some more torches. And we want to try to get as much tin so we can make some tin workbenches get that get those spikes ready and made. Let's try to do that as fast as we can. I really would like to try to kill the boss, you know, on this specific video. But that being said, I mean, if I don't do it, I don't do it. It's not a huge problem. I don't really want to rush anything because, of course, it's a hardcore run. Where so if I die, we have to restart from the beginning, which would be a little devastating. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I kind of want to see if I can do it. But of course, for the first boss, I'm thinking I'm probably going to need at least 50 or so spikes. I think that should be enough to get it to the point where it's going to follow me around. Now, it doesn't have a lot of HP, but the damage output when you don't have a lot of stuff on you right away is kind of a little bit overwhelming. So that's why you want to make sure that it jumps around and basically hits the spikes instead of you. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. But of course, that takes, you know, time to do. So we have our base up here. Let's keep going on up here. Now I'm going to have to go out of the dirt biome, so no matter what I want to do, I'm going to have to do that. I have a little bit of copper, not much. My copper pickaxes are actually starting to deteriorate, so I want to make sure that I get quite a few more of these, and then when I find some more tin, then I can start smelting them and getting exactly what I need. And of course, I still need to get, you know, a little bit better armor and whatnot, so that's going to be still a little bit ways out before I can start fighting. But I don't really want to be next to. Oh, okay, hold on a second here. What do we find? I'm a platform or two away. Okay, well, it's always good to have one of these on you anyways. It's good to have a crafting station. If you never have a crafting station on you, I could not recommend making a crafting station and keeping it in your inventory more than enough, because obviously you know how important it is in all my runs that I've ever done. It's always nice to have those. Okay, so let's look around here, see what kind of cool stuff we can find. An ear plate. That's just obviously something to sell to the NPC when we eventually get the NPC. Easy way of getting iron, of course, too, is finding these little setups. Got a little bread piece, more little mining pieces. Okay. So this is where you got to be a little bit cautious. So the gemstones, all that stuff, I want to make sure I bring the ocarina. This is just basically more valuables to bring home. I don't know what this is. What is this thing? I think this is just this special plate. I don't think you actually get anything special from it, but we really want these gemstones. What can I delete? Turf walls I think are useless, so I'm actually going to delete those. What else can I probably get rid of? Copper pickaxe. Oof, I hate getting rid of that because you know how important it is. Okay, I can eat this piece of bread. Let's eat that. Of course, we don't want these stupid platforms. Get rid of those. The ancient coins, as much as they are worth something, maybe I'll eat that. We'll keep the bombs, which are not really that valuable. We have some thread, or sorry, some no, maybe I'll leave those alone, and then I'll go back and empty a few things. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. We got some more gems here and stuff too. So it's a good and a bad thing to leave your inventory nice and full. Of course, like, you know me, I like to hang on to everything. I said that I was already planning on doing that anyways. But I think we might need to go back and just dump off a few things. I'm going to actually start doing that right now. I'm going to head back and dump some stuff off. As you're going back, of course, if you see any types of ore, feel free to go there and you know, go to get that ore, because obviously, you know, you don't want to let it be, but at the same time, it is nice to make your own little pathways and make them, you know, not necessarily, like I said, they have to be strip mined, but it is nicer if you do that. That way you know which path you've taken. And of course, like I said, torches all the way, torches all the way, torches all the way. But I haven't even done that myself, so, you know, I can't really justify the fact of doing it right now, because obviously my main priority is eventually looking for tin. Okay, so let's get some stuff smelted. So we got that's going on. We'll drop off our bombs, the gemstones, the money, that stuff like that. Keep this on us, the scrap parts. The watering can, I feel like I could just leave it at home. I don't necessarily need to bring that with us. All this food. We'll actually leave all that here too. Sand wall, same situation. Definitely don't need to be keeping that. I can keep these things on me. Put this in here to be, you know what? I want to actually repair that. So we have that. Put our valuables away. Oops, in the wrong container. And that is some iron ore, which we got lucky that we found that, and another bomb. Okay, and then the slimes, of course, we don't need to keep those on us either. Okay, so now we have these. I want to actually go out and I want to see if I can get further to our left, because I want to get past. I want to get past this biome and focus on. I want to get past this biome and focus on getting tin. So right now we have a little bit of food, probably enough to if we get attacked by any sort of larva, we should be fine. I want to keep putting down more torches, you know, keeping that kind of going on. That way we don't forget about that. And all right, let's keep going down here. Oof, running over slimes is just so tedious sometimes. But the thing is that when you run over the slime, it kind of gets you ready for when you're eventually going to be running over like the mold and stuff. So if you know when you get to the green biome, if you haven't gotten there yet, the green biome when you get over mold makes you run extremely slow. Your character basically slows down to a halt, and I mean it's nothing worse than that, obviously, because you know I would rather be walking on slime all day long than walking on mold. The only thing about the mold is that you do get like some interesting stuff from it, so sure, you know, that kind of makes up for it, but at the same time it's pretty tedious. All right, so now let's go over here, keep going to this other biome, and now we're in the clay biome. We're exactly where we need to be in order to find none other than the tin. Okay, and we need lots of tin, so I'm not going to really go back for a while. You're probably not going to see me go back to base until I absolutely have to. I would say at this point, you know, it's not really viable for me to keep going back into base, especially even if it's just for finding food. I don't think I should go back unless like I said, I need to heal. The clay caves, welcome. The grub, what did I find? Oh yeah, okay, the seed, yeah, sure. Because we're going to need to find lots and lots of tin. When I say lots, we know for a fact I'm probably looking for a little bit of like minimum 50 tin just to craft for spikes. Now, that's not even counting what we're going to need for our armor and potentially for, you know, any type of weapons that we use as well. Now, I'm going to try not to use any weapons against the slime boss because I think we could probably get away with not even hitting it and just having the spikes do all the damage, but obviously it's nice to have that, so I don't really foresee me going back for, like I said, for a bit. And this route I'm gonna take the other option where I go here and, like I said, I invest into night vision. I don't know if that's gonna make a huge difference or not. I'm gonna see how that plays out because I've never pressed on that before. I've also asked a few people like if they've ever done it before. Most of the people that I went with did not do that, so I'll have to wait and see exactly what it looks like because obviously none other than the best time to do it is in your own run. X marks a spot. I'm actually going to dig those up just to see what's in there. Skull and another little valuable little piece. Okay, let's keep going. We're still looking for just iron, or sorry, just tin and tin only. So let's go down to the easy spots to get tin. Now, if you find sand, obviously, like, you know, mine as much sand as you can because obviously sand is so easy on your pickaxes and stuff, right? We're at 15 tin ore already. I remember when I first played Core Keeper and I sat there and went like, wow, tin is so annoying to find. And then I realized, oh man, try finding stone. I mean, sorry, iron in the stone biome. But then I'm like, after I play all that, I realize I've been complaining for no reason at all. I need to definitely have that. I'll put that little, oh wait, this is you know what? Let's take my, yeah, remember you can keep stuff inside it. So this is actually like an extra inventory spot. So you can keep this in here forever and never actually do anything with it. So just keep that in mind. You don't actually have to press the delete button or anything. So if you're ever like, well, I wish I had more inventory space, well, you technically have one extra piece. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's keep doing this. Got some gold. But yeah, the first time I played, I was complaining about how annoying tin was to find and all this stuff. And then my friends were just like, wait until you find iron. Like, iron is very annoying to find. And you know what? In our last world that we played, I didn't find iron that hard to find, you know? And then when we got to scarlet ore, I thought, okay, this is going to be even harder. And then you realize, okay, scarlet ore is not even that hard to find. So, you know, I don't know like what the core keeper devs are going to really do. I feel like we're going to get because we obviously have the green biome, which is in south. I think we're going to get like a wintry biome up here. We're probably going to get some sort of sand or like mountainy biomes. That's what I'm guessing anyways. I feel like that's probably the more, I don't know, we know for a fact we're going to get a wintry biome. Like that has to be a thing, right? So it'd be kind of cool to see. They have a lot of potential with that, whether they add like some sort of, you know, yetis or something like that that could be up there. There's a lot of potential, and I really do think that we could see that thing happening. Now, I did mention to them, I said, oh, are we going to see like we've seen the south, are we going to see northeast and west? And the dev basically just said, laugh out loud, you never know. And I'm like, well, that's a yes. Whenever a dev says like, you never know, and not, no, we're not currently working on that right now, you know for a fact that chances are that's probably going to happen. So I'm gonna put my foot down and say, yep, it's probably going to be a thing. We're at 31 tin. I will go back when I got this. Probably go back when I get to maybe 50 or 60 tin if I manage to get that far. Of course, I'm not strip mining right now. The reason why I'm not strip mining is because I have pretty crappy pickaxes. So if I didn't have crappy pickaxes and I had like a better pickaxe, I would obviously be able to strip mine. But right now, if I strip mined, I would actually be deteriorating my pickaxe faster than finding the ore that I'm looking for. Even though, like I did mention, how strip mining does help a lot. But for right now, unfortunately, like I can see the glowing ores. I got to go for it. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste time like going in different areas. Strip mining is more effective, of course, if you have the proper pickaxe for that location. But you know, in here, using a copper pickaxe, I mean, it's just tedious, and obviously I'm going to be just using too much of it. It's just not viable. So for now, I'm not going to strip mine. I'm just going to focus on just getting my stuff as fast as I can so I can hurry up and see if I can kill that boss as fast as I would like to kill the boss. I would like to try to put these videos out every day as well. So I know a lot of people are really loving how much content I'm doing for Core Keeper. If you have anything, you know, that you would like to know about in Core Keeper, you know, if you're sitting there going, I really don't know how to do blank, you know, could you please show me how to do that? Feel free to put that in the comments. And if you've been watching the video up to this far, feel free to, you know, make sure you leave a like, you know, make sure you subscribe, and make sure that you leave the notification bell on, because it does help me out a lot when you actually click that button, because YouTube then says, hey, there's a lot of people currently looking for all fun and games. Let's go ahead and recommend them to people. So just something to think about if you're ever, you know, sitting there, you haven't clicked that bell. It does help out a lot for sure. But like I said, if you are somebody who has some questions about Core Keeper, I'm all about helping as many people as I can, especially if I know the answers for it. So feel free to just, you know, put some questions down there. Say, hey, I'd really like you to teach me how to do this, or I'd really like you to eventually showcase this, or if you're planning on doing this, you know, stuff like that. I mean, I always like making videos, and I'm trying to pump out as many Core Keeper videos as I can that can hopefully help people and make people get better at Core Keeper. And in the end, it makes me better too, you know. That's the thing, is like these videos that I do, they're not necessary just for you guys, but also for myself, because, you know, I learn stuff that even while I'm in the middle of doing it, going like, okay, well, you know, this is a good refresher. And I feel like Core Keeper is one of those games to kind of keep up on. I don't think it's ever going to be a game that I really put down on the shelf and never pick back up again. It's very hard to really say goodbye to this game. Like, even when I finished it, as we did before, while we were waiting for more content, if hardcore mode didn't exist, you know, obviously it wouldn't be the same, but I feel like I'm so happy that hardcore mode exists, because it really is going to be a big challenge. Like, obviously you can kill the slime boss probably pretty easily and all that stuff. I'm hoping that I won't die to it, but who knows what's going to happen. But that being said, you know, like it's nice that they offer that little bit of I guess challenge rating for people that are looking for that challenge, you know. So it is nice to see that for sure. So I hope that the devs look into hopefully, you know, giving us a little bit more content fairly quickly. Okay, so we're at 36 tin. I'm actually gonna go home now and start smelting this, because I do have a lot of stuff. This is why I say, look how far away we are already from home. As soon as you get that recall idol, oh, it's gonna change everything. But of course, you know, I did say I was going to go home when I got maybe 50 or 60 tin. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, I spoke a little bit too soon. So we're already on our way home. Yeah, but whatever. It's okay. You know, I'd rather go home now with 36 tin and at least be able to smelt and make that little tin workbench and then start making what I need to. And hypothetically, like, the thing is that with the slime boss doesn't destroy the spikes. Now, I'm going to say this because I think that we might foresee something happening. It's not going to destroy the spikes yet. Okay, why am I saying yet? Because I truly believe, and this is just me saying this, I really do believe the devs are probably going to nerf spikes. Now, the only reason why I'm saying that is because looking at the way spikes are used in Core Keeper right now, we have to agree they're pretty much the easiest way to kill the first 3 bosses. I don't know if they meant for that to be a thing. Maybe that is actually how it's supposed to happen. I don't know. But if they decide to nerf it, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't say anything other than, you know what? I expected that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they obviously want the game to be a challenge. And if there's things that are a little bit too, you know, over the top, obviously they're going to adjust that accordingly. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. That being said, I'm not saying it's a for sure situation, but I'm just saying that it is a possibility. Okay, so we need 15 tin. So of course, I'm just going to wait for that stuff to smelt. In the meantime, we can just sit over here and grab our stuff and come back here and plant in a moment and get this all sorted out now. And as I said before, we got our little wood here, and this is just more than enough wood. I don't think we need any more than this. Separating these little seedlings wouldn't be a bad idea either, but it is what it is for now. I'll just keep planting all these little things. I'm merely just looking to, like I said, get myself an easy little farm going. Nothing special, just enough to keep my food up and up. And of course, down the road, we're eventually going to try making potions when we get the stuff for it. I don't foresee myself really trying to fish in this run unless I absolutely like have the time to just sit around and do that. But I mean, it might be something that we eventually maybe mess around with a little bit. But for now, I'm not going to really put my time and effort into doing that. There we go. Get all this stuff. Now, of course, let's replace these with these and put this in here. I already got some extra seeds in here and some extra food. Let's go water some stuff while we wait for the rest of that stuff to smelt as well. That's what I said. Making 2 of these probably wouldn't been that bad of an idea, but I don't necessarily need much right now other than here. You know what? Let's make. What do we need? Just dirt wall. You know what? Why not? Like, I mean, we have enough dirt walls as it is. It's not like it's hurting us any. So there we go. And then let's put our gold in here because I don't really care about the gold just yet. We only need a little bit more tin. While that smelts, let's go over to our water source. Fresh water source. Good. And people have been asking this one question recently, and I don't know if it's... I don't think it'll ever happen. But the question was, do we think there'll ever be a way of making sprinklers in Core Keeper? I don't think so. I really don't think. I don't think the devs are looking for any ways to get away from a watering can. And I mean, I don't know if they really want it to be such a game where it resembles Stardew Valley too much. Like, the game does have small Stardew Valley vibes already. So it's like, do we really want to sit there and say, okay, now it has a sprinkler, you know, there's seeds and blah, 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 blah. At that point, I'm just going to look at it and say, okay, we're stumbling a little bit too close to Stardew Valley. Now, not that that's a bad thing. I'm not saying they're trying to copy anybody or anything like that, but I think with the rate that we water our crops with a watering can, I don't think we necessarily need that. Okay, tin pickaxe. Of course, I'm going to do that for sure. But now we're able to make our handy dandy spike traps. All right, perfect. Unfortunately, we're going to be saying goodbye to our copper pickaxe because, you know, it's time to say goodbye. We're going to make copper pickaxe. Probably I'm going to make an explorer pack as soon as I get enough fiber, which obviously we get the fiber from finding these things here. So if we get 7 fiber, remind me to make that explorers pack. carpentry table, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff I'm not really looking at really making other than the iron workbench and the tin anvil for making my better armor. So we're going to probably make a few different things first. First things first is going to be the tin pickaxe and definitely the tin sword for sure. And then, of course, when we have more later on. So I need to save. Let's make one now. Get rid of these. I'll put these in another extra little. Are these the wood ones? Why did I have the wood ones saved? Oh, you know what? I know why. Okay. So let's put the wood ones away. And we're going to scrap these little pieces of junk. Now we have little pieces of scrap. And of course, we'll put this away. Now, down the road, I'll probably come back for. You know what? We're running a little bit low on tin. We should probably stop being so crazy with it. But it's okay. Now, a tin sword, yeah, I'll probably make that too. Anything else that I probably could get away with smelting right now? Probably one of you as well. Boom, boom, boom. That way I can put my little sword away and grab this. And I only need one more piece in order to make it, because it's just made out of just pure tin. And the rest will be making the spikes. Okay, there we go. Go over here. Boom. So we got our pickaxes. We even have an extra one in case, you know, times are a little bit tough. Of course, we have our wood shovel for continuing to adventure. Let's get going. Back over into this corner. Now, spikes will be made when we come back here. Of course, I'm looking for a lot of spikes, not a little spikes. Do I think that we need 50 spikes? No. Do I care that we make 50 spikes? No. I think that if we have 50 spikes, I can use them now, and then I can use them against the Devourer next. So it's not a total loss. I mean, I know you might be sitting there saying like, wow, I mean, you know, that seems like a waste of tin, but not really though. If you think about it, like in all honesty, like those spikes are going to go basically leading us to the final boss if we can survive that long. The Hive Mother is going to be the worst of the bosses. The Devourer, I do think the Devourer might be a little bit of trouble, only for the fact that when the Devourer hits you, it actually does a lot of damage when it runs over you. So the only thing I can see happening is that I might end up in a position where I'm taking like a lot of brute force from the Devourer, and in turn it's just gonna run right over me and insta kill me. That's the only thing that I think could potentially happen. I don't know if it will happen for sure, but if it does, it will suck really bad. So that's why I want to make sure that when we do that initial hit, I hopefully will have some sort of range weapon if I can get it from the stone areas. I would really like to try to get myself a fireball staff like I did previously, because obviously you guys seen the fireball staff and how much damage that thing can do, but that takes a lot of time and effort going through the stone biome trying to get it. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if I don't get a range weapon, I don't get a range weapon. And the thing is with the Devourer, when you use the spikes on it, if you did not get a chance to really watch much of what I showcased before, unfortunately it will actually like eat all the spikes. It doesn't actually eat them, it just runs over them and ruins them. And that was a change that they implemented. So I'm worried that like if I don't make enough spikes the first time against that thing, I don't know, I could foresee myself just wasting them like if I don't get the right amount. So I think last time when we fought it, I used maybe I want to say 35 spikes. It wasn't enough. Then we went back the second time, used about 55 spikes. Then went back another time, and we had like 75 spikes, and it basically had like 10 or 15 HP left, and we just killed it. Now, mind you, I did take a full hit from it, and I died. So that's why I was saying, like, gotta be a little bit careful. I'm hoping I can find some range weapon. I definitely won't be able to find... I might be able to find like the Grub Zuka, if anything. But I don't know if that's going to be 100% for me to get that. I'm just hoping that I can get that fire staff. Okay, so we already had 10 ore. We had 10 at home, so that's 20. Still definitely need a lot of iron. Now, the one thing is that, of course, you know, grubs are not as easy to kill when you don't have your scarlet ore like in our last run. So you got to be a little bit careful with grubs because they will do damage. And of course, we know that. And, you know, grubs are a little annoying. They're definitely more annoying than obviously slimes. And I mean, the fact that they take away your torches when they're down, it's not necessarily annoying because they're not eating them or anything like that and taking them away fully. But of course, you know, it does it does make it annoying that you have to go back and place them all down. So that's just something that you have to do and kind of live with. And as time goes on and you make your base and the grubs find their way to your base, and if you have torches around, I would really suggest planting. I would really suggest planting the flowers, like the glow tulips, because obviously those are the way to actually, you know, light up your base without having the grubs actually go over and hit them. We're back in slime territory, but this is actually the Devourer's Path. Yep, that's the Devourer's Path. Okay, so let's not go here because I don't want to get accidentally ran over for some odd reason. Okay, let's keep going over here. Let's see what we can find. It looks like there's like a little area here with some goodies on it. Yep, there it comes. Yeah, good thing I wasn't standing there. I would have definitely died. Oh, yeah! Look at that! Okay. If you have never seen one of these things before, well, guess what? We found it. The giant mushroom. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to do what I said I was going to set out to do. I am actually going to keep this thing, and I'm going to try to cook it later on. So let's put a sand wall. The giant mushroom, 25 permanent max HP, can be cooked. The king of all mushrooms, growing in perfect conditions, made it unusually large. So there is the giant mushroom if you've never seen it before. And like I said before, it can be found just in this little area over here. It's not too far away from your main base. So just understand that, you know, if you find it, you can obviously combine it with other foods to make it a better recipe. But I'm going to wait to see if I can find that larva that I've been looking for, which is the amber larva. If I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. It's not a huge problem, but at the same time, I'm hopeful I can, because I want to see what these make when you combine them. I am hoping it makes some sort of legendary food, but if it doesn't, that's not a huge problem either. I just hope it does, because I think it'd be really cool. Let's get rid of the sandstone, and let's get rid of our... Oop! I definitely need to keep my grub meat on me. What else can we get rid of? Let's eat the salad. And let's put our shovel here. So yeah, I'm definitely taking on a little bit too much inventory space, but it's okay. I don't foresee us taking too many other extra items that we won't need. But I definitely need as much as I can get, so. Grubs. Put this little valuable thing. I can't really sell that anyways, so why not, right? What the heck is that? Well, pepper. Oh, it's just another valuable trinket. Let's eat the pepper. Why not? I don't really like going through and having so much stuff in my inventory that I have to basically get rid of certain things. But sometimes it ends up like that, and you really can't fight it. So just, you know, if it happens, it's not a huge waste. I'm looking for lots and lots and lots of fiber. That's basically what I'm looking for at this point. There we go. There's a little amulet. 5% critical hit. Not bad. You know what? I'll take it. It's definitely a starter item. The more that we have, the better. Okay, and of course we're getting as much wood as we can get, and of course more of the iron. So we're sitting on about 30-something spikes. Not even worrying about making myself any armor yet, although I was hoping that I would, because we're going to need lots and lots of preparation in order to kill this slime. Now, like I said, I don't know if we're going to need this much. I hope we don't. I hope that, you know, as time goes on, we can realize, hey, you know what? We could have probably done it with 15 spikes, but I would really like to overdo it than underdo it, so. Okay, does this lead back to where our base was? Because I think it could. You know what? It might go across. I don't know if that's actually the best way. He's glowing. Oh. Woo! Don't we get caught in between there. And let's see. Yeah, I don't want to go back that way, because that's actually, I would have to make too many platforms, and I don't actually have a little workbench with me. Okay, so we have to walk all the way back around, but that's not a huge deal. We already know which way to go. As I mentioned before, when you're putting the torches down, the grubs are going to take them and pick up those torches, so you might have to replace them down, but that's not a huge problem. Okay. Oh, there's still some sparkly stuff over here. Do I want to go and risk it? Let's go and get it. All right, Devour, do not show up. Okay. Whew. I always get nervous because you never know. Like, that thing could just come up at any time, and then there's really no way for me to protect myself. I think it would just insta-kill me, running me down. So most of the times when it did show up before, I try to run away whenever I see it, because I knew that, like, you know, I did die the first time I encountered it that way. So okay, so we got some gold. I'm gonna ignore the gold. I know it sounds odd that I'm just ignoring the gold, but look at all this good loot here. Can't pass up this good stuff. No, it's more gold. Okay. There we go. More tin. Lots and lots and lots of tin. Put that down. The gold, I'll just leave alone. It'll still be here later on. There was a question that somebody asked the devs recently about items that get left on the ground. So for example, somebody comes to your base, right? And they just like take and they toss their whole inventory on the ground. How long does it take before those items disappear? Well, the devs basically came back and said, well, as of right now, they don't. So the problem with that is, like, say you have a lot of people in your world that are just basically leaving a bunch of junk behind. You're going to end up with potentially a lot of lag. So as far as I know, they're trying to figure out if it's viable for them to make it so, say after like 2 days of it being on the ground, it will disappear. I don't know if I like that though. You know, I do like the idea of, oh no, you know, somebody picked up my tombstone. Okay, well, I have to go back now. And oh no, my stuff is gone because I didn't know about it. So I kind of hope that they don't do that. But if they do, I hope they make it like long enough periods of time where it's not going to be just like a quick, oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. Oh my God. What? Oh, come on. Come on. I got so side swiped there. Do, 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 do. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video where we restart from the beginning. Oh no, these damn grubs. I'll have to play a little bit cautious next time. Well, GG's. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.